Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Badass Business Builders. I am your host and the founder of this group, Joella Orderino, and I just want to thank you so much for tuning in today. So, today's topic: do you secretly want to quit your business? Guys, today I had a call with someone who has been in business for about 5 years. Before COVID, his business was booming and he was living the best life, perfect work-life balance. But when COVID hit, his entire business shifted. All of his clients disappeared as he attempted to figure out the best way to move forward and to operate in this new normal. And his typical way of attracting new clients no longer served him. When he did get clients, having to work virtually changed the dynamic, leaving him feeling inadequate and underestimating his value and effect. He shared with me that his confidence just spiraled to rock bottom, and this started to show up in his household. He would fight with his wife about money constantly. He felt completely disconnected from his kids. He felt disconnected to his purpose and joy. The rising pressure and lack of cash flow caused incredible stress. And he shared that he succumbed to this pressure. He ended up finding a job just to make ends meet. And fast forward today, and he's still working for that job while dealing with crippling health. But he still has hope in his capacity to pull through and to bounce back into his self-employed life where he was living his purpose, where he was serving his clients with love and joy, where he was in a constant state of flow, abundance, and of course, happiness within his family, right? Guys, believe it or not, this story I'm sharing, it's a common story right now. I've been hearing it quite a bit. Perhaps you've experienced this too, or maybe you're still in the throes of it. Don't know how to bounce back from this setback. Many people I speak to, they've picked up gigs, they've sold furniture, they've sold household items just to keep things afloat. But thank God for some of the financial relief, as this has been a lifeline to many, including myself, in the beginning of this economic shift. And guess what? There is a lot of funding available right now. There is still financial assistance. There are still funding options with low interest rates. There are still grants that you can apply for, organizations that are giving away money, and investors looking to help you and your business, provided you know how to approach them. So you don't need to wallow in your pain or confusion and how to move forward. You have support right here. In fact, my team and I have helped our clients recently acquire more than $75,000 in grant money in the last 4 months, and I too, in my company, received a grant. That's free money that does not need to get repaid. It's money in your pocket to help you rebuild, to help you bounce back. But do you know how to harness this resource? Almost all of my clients had no idea how. And that's okay. But first, you have to recognize this truth within yourself. Could you seek out financial resources to propel your business forward? Do you know what is required to even go down that path? So I want you to ask yourself these honest questions right now. Do you know how to get back to profitability based on the current environment? Do you know how your buyer is different today compared to last year, to 2020, to 2019, before the new normal? Do you know where to focus your time and attention to garner the funding to help you move in the direction of rebuilding as opposed to wallowing? Do you even know where to start? Do you even know where you're going, what you would do with your business? Would you do more of the same from before? Or are you being asked to evolve? Don't be the fool who believes that you just need to get back to what you were doing. before this all happened. No, things are much different now. Much, much different. I mean, just look at your own consuming behavior. Completely different, right? Completely different because we had to adapt. And everyone else is doing the same. Everyone is shifting. Business is different. The landscape is different. I want to share that I have a wonderful client called Petmo. You could go to their website, gopetmo.com. And they were born right when COVID was happening. And Petmo is an on-demand pet transportation company, so sort of like an Uber for pets and their people. And what was fascinating was when we first started working on the project, to present the idea to potential investors, to get some seed capital, to bring on some potential partners and board directors, we conducted a competitive analysis. And this was maybe 2 years ago. And there was maybe a handful of people in the space. There was definitely no on-demand technology. Well, today, this month, we're actually working on a brand new business plan for them. We're evolving the business model because times have changed. And in this process, we've done a competitive analysis. And what's fascinating to me is that in just 2 short years, the number of competitors has dramatically increased, and some with rudimentary technology. I mean, definitely not at the level of Petmo, thank goodness, but there are players in the field. Much different competitive landscape than before. I know I've shared in the past that, you should really be conducting a competitive analysis where, you're looking at the competition, yes, but you also need to consider what's going on in your industry, what's going on in your marketplace, because these are the components that shift constantly. They shift every month, they shift every day, right? There's always new upcoming players. There's always new ways of doing things, people leveraging technology for the greatest advantage, people figuring out how to dial in the technology so it's easier, it's more efficient, etc. You need to be thinking like a strategist, always thinking ahead as opposed to reacting to the current circumstance. So perhaps this whole COVID thing has propelled you to think out of the box. Well done. You're surviving, you're here. But what's the plan moving forward? Do you have that? Have you considered what's going on in your industry to make better decisions? So I use the Petmo example because what was fascinating about that competitive analysis is that we realized that, wow, there's all these pet transportation companies and none of them have technology, like maybe 1 or 2, and they're not real apps. This sparked a whole other business plan because we saw a different need compared to 2 years ago. And I'm not going to spill all the beans in how this story unfolds, other than the business strategy changed. Petmo adapted to the current environment. Petmo saw a different opportunity. And guess what? It's actually way more financially sound and profitable and easier to manage, less people to maintain, etc. So I want you to know that you can bounce back. You don't need to stay in this place of feeling inadequate or overwhelmed by your current circumstances or not knowing what to do. You can learn a lot by just looking around at what's happening in your field, what's happening in your industry, what's happening in your marketplace, what's happening with the neighbor next door who's doing something similar to what you're doing potentially, right? Because we have clues all around. But it's up to you to uncover these clues. It's up to you to dive deep to see where the opportunities based on right now, not last year, not the year before. Things are different. So this path to move forward, I know it can be scary, and I know it's best when you have a guide. All of my clients can attest to this. Having someone in their corner, like a Joella and Company, like a Joella offering the support, in addition to a wider team, is priceless for the longevity of a company, but also for the rebirth of a company. And maybe that's the place that you're in now. And you can do it. You can rebirth your business. And guess what? You could get some of that money. And we know how. We could help you do that. So I just want to leave you with, we can help. And it doesn't require pushing and grinding and spending all this wasted time and energy. It's a process that we actually deploy that has been around for decades. But for some reason, we as business owners have forgotten that this golden ticket actually exists, or we've never been taught that there is actually a process to bounce back from what might feel like a sinking pit. Yes, there is a tried and true process that we just duplicate over and over and over again to revive any sinking company, to breathe life into any product that's not moving. And guys, that's why we offer the free 45-minute discovery strategy session, so that we can hear what's going on with you and within your business. And that way you can actually get a plan to move forward. So, what are you waiting for? I want to talk to you. I want to help. We have many entrepreneurs to help right now. People are sinking. You're not alone. Let us be that lifeline, right? I really hope you guys will consider booking a call with me. We just love helping entrepreneurs. It's what we do. And on this 45-minute discovery strategy session, we will talk about what is working, what is not. Where do you want to go in this new economic environment? How do you want to live your life where you're not a slave to your business, where you're not trying to secretly quit every single hour or day or month? How many times that feeling arises, you don't need to be victim to that any longer. You can get a plan to move forward. And this plan is not just a blueprint for business. It's a plan to build a business that supports the life of your desire. That's the key, guys. It's not about the money. Yes, it's nice to have, right? It's about propelling your life so that you can live to the fullest, so that you could be around your family, so that you could take these trips, so that you can see the world. The economy is opening up. The world is opening up. What kind of player do you want to be in this new way of being? You get to write your own story. You have a clean canvas right now. What does that look like for you? Where are you going? Book a call with me, guys. Book a call by going to businessesonpurpose.com/talk. And when you get to that page, you're going to see my calendar with all the available slots. Just pick a time that works for you, and then you'll be taken to a very short application just so they could get a little information on what's going on with you. And then at the time that you select, I'll give you a call, and we're going to dive into it. And I guarantee this is going to be the best 45 minutes that you spend on your business, because you will have complete clarity on where to go and how to move forward. And if you can actually secure grant money for reviving your business, absolutely, without a doubt, we will be able to uncover that. All right, guys, so thank you so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I so appreciate the comments on the live videos. I know it's been a few and sparse, but hey, it's okay. We're building some momentum. I'm in rebuilding mode, and I'm sharing that with you too. And it's been fun. It's been a great journey, and I want more of you guys to be a part of it. So come on and book your call with me. It is a blast. It's so much fun, and it's really inspiring to see what's happening right now. It's inspiring to see that people are not falling victim to their circumstance and they're actually rising above the ashes to do the thing that they've been here placed on this earth to do. So what is that thing for you? Let's talk, book your call. Thank you so much for today. I really appreciate you. We can figure this out together. All right, guys, that's it for today. Have a great night.